Wait, stay looking this way. So lightning comes again.
Oh no.
Lightning.
It's gonna be awful. Oh god. Gotta think about Atlanta for a bit. What happened in Atlanta? I feel like it. Oh, okay, yeah, now I remember. Atlanta. Oh. Okay. So I crashed the car.
We were pulling in, and it was a pretty tight squeeze to get the bus through.
There's two cars between. So we had to go inside. I mean, in the middle. And Alex was driving.
I just shouldn't drive. I'm a good driver when it comes to normal vehicles. In general, I'm pretty safe. Driving this bus, I was pretty safe. I was terrified the whole time and I had terrible control over it. But nobody was dying. Nobody was crashing. It was...
Eamon was behind the bus. Debbie was in front. And they were directing him because it was like a small space, but we could still fit.
Slowly making my way forward. I'm trying to stop, as much as I possibly can to make sure I'm getting all the directions down. At first, it's going pretty well. I was pretty pleased. I was like, hey, this could work out.
Debbie kept saying, okay, you're good. You could turn a little bit this way.
Eamon was like, stop this car. You're about to hit the car to the right of you. I was just like, all right.
I don't really know what to say. I was asleep. I just heard it from the side of the window and was like, yo, stop moving, Alex.
Debbie, I think, tells me, all right, you go from this side, so go forward. And I say, all right. And then as I'm going forward, I hear a loud thump and I hear Eamon just sort of like...
We scratched the car. We scratched the car that was there with this sharp thing that sticks out of the bus.
A tiny scratch.
It wasn't a big scratch. It was like a little small, maybe like the size of a scratch.
I'm like, no problem. I'll go find whose car this is. This is a tiny scratch. No big deal. I'll just go explain to them.
She was sweet. She was sweet about it. She didn't, go off on us. She was understanding.
She seemed cool about it. It's just that it wasn't her car. It was her mom's car, so she had to call her mom. Her mom said get their insurance, all that stuff. So after that, we just waited.
2 weeks after we're back from tour, I get a text that's like, hey, so it's going to be $400 to fix the scratch.
That didn't work out so well. Sorry for crashing into your car, lady. I still want my $400 back.
So we go inside, and there's people coming. The show was hot as hell in the basement.
But the show itself in Atlanta was fucking sweet. Oh man, it was one of those very varied group of bands kind of shows where everyone just has a completely different style.
I had a terrible headache when we were in Atlanta. I legit slept the whole way there, and then I slept until we played, and then I played Hating Life, and then I was like, Poppy, we gotta hit up the hotel now because I can't survive.
Next destination that we went to was Knoxville, Tennessee.
On our way to Knoxville, Tennessee, we pop a tire.
We definitely were making great time when we were leaving, but that wasn't happening after the flat.
Wound up getting to the show like super late. We missed the first two bands, Mass Driver and Stakes, which we felt terrible about.
They played at a house party that was like up this hill in a thunderstorm.
What they say? Like if you see a red balloon, go into the driveway. I was driving at the time. I didn't see a red balloon, so we passed it.
We drove by the driveway like 3 or 4 times looking for this place, to the point where they were all outside on the hill that they were on, looking down at us, watching us go back and forth, and like messaged me like, hey, I'm pretty sure we're watching you miss the driveway. Do you need help?
Played the show, it was fun. We hung out with all the bands for a bit, and it was cool. The most notable thing there clearly was Shane being there.
We hadn't seen him in like a year and some.
It was Shane's birthday, so we got to be like, happy birthday, man.
Last band that played was Bad Idols, which was the guys who lived in that house and who had invited Mosey Jones to play. They played punk music, and I really like it. They played mad fast, double pedaling, and guitars, and it was just really great. I really enjoyed their music.
Is that your reaction to the tour almost being over?
Amen.
What?
Who's
Amen?
No,
Amen. Yeah, that's me.
A-M-O-N or A-M-E-N?
Guess what? E-A-M-O-N. Amy on? Our last EP, we put out.
Everybody makes space at the camera. Not to say you're not original.
One review was like really negative, and then
Shit! It's about to go down. It's about to fucking go down.
when you kill it so hard that they gotta put up a sticker for you.
It's my policy.
Kill it.
I think they did good enough.
This is the wall of shame that if you're on this wall, you can't come back.
You guys had the stickiest.
Oh, it's not actually all the way.
Oh, I see now.
We got the tricky sticky.
I watched someone else struggle with that for a while, and I just kept not telling them, and I felt really bad.
Oh shit!
Damn! That's a perfect spot.
Oh yeah, dude, thank you.
We're not gonna film that. Oh shit!
Damn!
Now we're friends forever on this board. Yeah, look at us, friends forever.
Is that on the new record?
It's on the new
I'm not
record.
gonna buy that. Just wait for the new Joyce Man.
Oh, and Alone in a Crisis is there too. This is the new Joyce Manor. Friends forever. And then went back over to Shane's house. And we just hung out all night talking about good times, the past, the present, the future. Brand new bridge road.
Brand spanking new.
How would you get from point
We're
A
the
to
first
point
people
B?
crossing this bridge.
Yeah, we are. We actually were in the ribbon
Yo,
cutting
there's the
ceremony.
Sun Sphere over there.
Oh my
From
god.
the World's Fair,
Look at that
1960
shit.
something.
Look at that shit.
Hell yeah.
Ain't that something else?
We go to Rustburg, Virginia, to play in Vapocalypse. I had no idea there was gonna be a vape store. I mean, I think the only person who was mad hype was Caitlin.
The sense of fruits and sugar was in the air. The chill vibes were there to be had by all.
When you first see that Vapocalypse sign, you're like, oh Jesus Christ, no. But everyone there was so cool, and the people coming to the show were so cool.
We really thought this show was just never gonna happen. I asked Sully from White Petals a few months before about booking the show, and he said yes, he would do it. And basically what happened in that time was everything went to shit there. I don't really know, but like things kept falling through and the show kept not happening, and I'd hit him up like, hey, what's going on? And he'd be like, I got this, but I don't know. And it really wound up being super confirmed like a couple days beforehand.
I was kind of like hoping to play as many shows as I could, which is why I was so disappointed at Semicircle's bailing early. So, you know, I was really hyped to hear that I was going to play this extra show because that just meant more shows for my personal diary.
The Vapocalypse show went pretty well. Mosey Jones and the Loneliers played that night.
Not too many people wound up coming because not too many people had a chance to know about the show to begin with. But the people that did come were really nice to us and like were really into being at a show and letting loose and stuff, so that was cool.
They were like, oh, if we had known about this, because this was the last minute show, if we had known about this, we would have brought more of our friends to like come and see you guys. which is sweet.
Oh, thank you, Punch Me.
I shouldn't be recording this, but
This was the last show of the tour, except for the home show. So that was pretty bittersweet.
Sully with the white pedals was really great. He wasn't with the white pedals that night. He was solo. But he played an awesome show. It was super fun. And then he hosted us out at his parents' house. It was so incredibly gorgeous.
he was a very, very great host. He had a beautiful place, and he was more than accommodating and letting us stay there.
We made food when we got to his house. He let us like make food. It was a cool night.
Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and check out our Patreon. Where are you putting it?
We're not gonna do any
Bye.
It's gonna be mad low.
Oh my god.
You're not gonna hear shit.
Bye.